Hello, Vlogalogue. So I don't think it's necessarily incorrect for me to say that I agree with Kevin on his question. Although I'm not necessarily 100% sure, because I'm not necessarily 100% sure what the question is, but I think it's a question of why do people seem to care when someone steals all their stuff? Is it because, they hate that they're making money off their own work? Or is it that they hate that it diminishes their overall online presence and therefore the number of likes and comments and sort of social interactions that they get, and they dislike the displacement of that? And I think Kevin said it was far more the second option. That's just me interpreting what he said. You can go watch the video, but that's my attempt to paraphrase the question of, is it an actual physical monetary worth, or is it, this social worth? And I would kind of argue that the social worth is worth more, because the more you climb up the social ladder, you can go and make more money. It's kind of like the idea that if you went to your garage and you invented fusion, you could do cold not invented fusion. The sun's been doing it for billions of years. Usable positive energy artificial fusion that you could run a house off of, and you just slot in some hydrogen and there you go, or maybe some deuterium, which is a healthier version of hydrogen. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Say you invented some sort of fusion thing that you could just put hydrogen gas in, which is super, super plentiful. It's the most plentiful element in the entire universe. And you could just run a house. You could run 3,500 houses off this tube of hydrogen / deuterium or whatever. And imagine you invented that. Wow, that was a really long explanation for what fusion is, but imagine you invented that. You have two options. One, you could patent it, and you could say, every time anyone ever builds and sells a fusion thing, I want 5%. And you could go do that and just write it up in the laws, because you would own the patent, and you would make a bazillions of dollars. Or you could put it out, you could patent it, you could say anyone can use it for free and no one else can patent it. This is free technology because we want to make the world a better place. In one, you gain a whole bunch of social capital because everyone's like, wow, that guy's great. He really likes the environment and he really likes innovation. And in the other, you get a whole bunch of money and no one's really mad at you. Yeah, you invented fusion and thanks for making this. We have to pay you, but you make the billions and billions of dollars. But I kind of think that the social capital is worth more than the billions and billions of dollars. Yeah, you miss out on a lot of money, but you go to NASA and be like, hey, I want to build a fusion engine to run your rocket. And be like, hey, you're the guy who invented fusion. And you were really open, and now we can use it for free. So yeah, come aboard. You can have a job. Obviously this is a really, really existential example, and maybe it's leading us down an entirely irrelevant path. But I think the social capital is worth more than the monetary capital. I haven't made any sort of money at all off this YouTube thing, and I don't think most of us have made anything more than, the ability to buy a cheeseburger or something. Maybe a cheeseburger and a milkshake, but nothing of any sort of real money. And I don't think most people make real money. You have to get up to tens, at least tens, if not hundreds of thousands of subscribers and average views. Nowadays it's really more of the average views, because subscribers used to correlate with sort of your average view numbers, and now that's no longer the case at all. So most people don't really make money off it. I certainly don't. So the social capital is what I would be worried about if people have still, and actually people have stolen my work. Not so much stolen per se, as they've taken my videos and embedded them on a random web page with a whole bunch of ads surrounding it and a whole bunch of other views, and I don't really care. Technically speaking, it's still just a YouTube embedded thing, so they haven't stolen it, and if you like that video, you click watch on YouTube, it still comes back to my page, but they're making money off it, but they're making money off of giving me more views, because inevitably all those videos get a lot of views for some reason. I don't know why. Who goes to this, I want to watch a YouTube video. Well, let's just go to this random website I found that has hundreds of YouTube videos all on one giant page. Oh, let's watch this one. Who does that? I can only guess it's some sort of botnet or something that's there just to reap the ad revenue or something. I honestly have no idea why anyone would visit those pages. Anyway, I think the social capital is worth a lot more. And I find it interesting that Kevin said, unfortunately, it translates to reality. Like, if I built up a really good online persona, I could go, like, put it on my job application, and I could be like, actually, tell you the truth, there's a little bit of that I started this YouTube thing to begin with, because there's this awesome company called Planetary Resources, which is going out, it's going to go mine a whole bunch of asteroids. And one of the things is, like, be a space nut. And that's, like, the entire job is, like, be a space nut. And it's, like, you have to do that. Or even the, like, computer science-y things, they needed, like, it was a big, like, be a space, show us why you really like space. So I could make videos, and I could be like, this is my personality, and these are all the videos I've made about space. And they'd be like, wow, that's fantastic. And, like, that would be a good way to prove I'm a space person. Anywho, I think social capital is very important. And I think it's very important that it translates into the real world nowadays. So that's definitely why people don't like their content being stolen, because it does cost them social content. If someone had downloaded my videos and put them up as their own on their own channel and got all my likes and they got all the comments and all the stuff like that, I'd be upset. Not because I lost money, because I don't have ads, but because they're stealing my personality, I guess. I guess that I do agree with Kevin. If that was what Kevin was saying, I agree with that statement, because that sentiment. But I don't necessarily agree that it's a bad thing or an thing that our online personas translate to reality. Anyway, that's what I got from this question. I think I've rambled on for long enough. I don't know. I have no timer around me. I just decided I'd tell you some stories and some thoughts, which is kind of what the whole point of this channel is. So, anyway, you're going to see someone special tomorrow, and then it's a mystery, because I like having mysteries. The little sense of surprise. I do actually know whose video is made. In fact, I've already watched his/hers video, because I'm from the future. Anyway, see you guys next week. Bye!